In verse number 7, he talks about how he has a responsibility. Notice verse 7, I'll read it to you in this context. Verse 7 said, but contrariwise, when they saw that the gospel of the uncircumcision was committed unto me, that's his stewardship. You are a runner, which means that you can't quit or stop. You never get to a place. Some of my kids would ask me the other day, so, well, you know, what's your plans for retirement? It's my last anticipation that I'm thinking I'll probably be retired right around that place they call death. Now, that don't mean I'm going to be a preacher at 90 years of age. I got to roll brother up here and say, brother, preach. What's your text? But the point is the idea that when you decide to be a part of God's family, you don't ever quit. Your goal is to stay working for the Lord until you die.
Right.
Well, Brother Hubbard, I got problems. I was standing strong with the Lord, and I just got all off track. My life got all backed up wrong. I got caught up with drugs. I got caught up with a bad relationship. I got lost money on the job. I just got caught up. Baby, that doesn't matter. You need to try to get back closer to your goal.
Right. Right.
So you can't be strong running from God. Sometimes, brother, I got stuff I ain't got together, and so when I get myself together, I'm going to come back to the church because I got stuff I got to work through. Baby, you will never get it together on your own. You need to come to the place where you have a chance to hear something to help you get better. It's long still in a path where you're out there where nobody can talk to you and nobody can say anything to you. You are stuck where you are. Don't forget your goal. Tell somebody you got a goal as a runner, still in your goal. And so you're also a steward.
That's right.
See, your goal as a runner, that's for your own benefit. You got to run. That ain't got to do nothing with nobody else but you. So one, as a person God has called me to be, I'm called to be a runner. I'm called somebody to be someone who does the best I can to work all the way diligently to the very last drop. Sometimes folk will say, well, won't you slow yourself down? And praise God, I have a chance to take a nap every now and then. I thank God for that. But I anticipate wearing out, not rusting out. You got to be ready to run. For your own benefit, you run to the end. But secondarily, you're not just a runner. You're also a steward. Your stewardship has to do with whatever God's given you control over. You're a steward over your car. Because that ain't your car. You think it's your car? Die. Let's see what happened to your car. And matter of fact, you better be careful. I don't care how well you take care of it. You can keep it clean. You can keep it polished. Get the wheels looking good. It could be 35 years old and look like it came off the shelf yesterday. You got somebody in your family.
That's right.
Will get that car. And in less than a good 6 months, make it look like how old it actually is.
That's right.
And when you go, you can be kick the coffin if you want to. You ain't gonna change that reality. You're a steward. You're a steward. God is going to call you to account for how you've handled the money that you've had in your life. That was my money, and I wanted to spend my money. But baby, it really wasn't your money.
Right.
Wasn't nothing yours. All you own is your soul and the relationship that you have access to. When you die, the only thing you take with you are the relationship that you built. You're not taking no car. You're not taking no house. You're not taking no job. You ain't taking no money. I recall the story of a lady who said she was Jehovah's Witness, and so she had told them, she put in her will, when I die, now I got gold teeth. When I die, I don't y'all take them out. She said, because when I come back, the price of gold will probably have gone up, and I'm going to have to buy more gold teeth because they're going to be expensive there, so I want to keep my gold teeth now, so when I come back and I already have them, I'll be ahead of the game already. Wow. You ain't going to need nothing, baby, that you got right here. I want you to realize that you're a steward of all the things you have access to. And as a steward, God is going to call you to account for how you've handled everything. He's going to call you to account for how you handle them kids. Do you not know the babies in your life not going to stay babies?
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes when you're older, when you got kids and they get irritating, they crying or whatever, would you still be quiet? And sometimes you got a child that don't know how to be quiet. Ask questions all the time. Why are you doing that? What are we going to do now? What's up there? Sometimes you feel like, I don't want you to say anything. But you got to understand, what develops every choice you make in that child's life is developmental. What does it do? I was a child one time, but not too long. but I recall, I was one of those kind of talkative kids at home, and I would. I called myself an attorney. I played this attorney role at home, and I would go around asking. My sister got in trouble, and I'm trying to defend or either convict. One of the two ways. But I was in a home environment where there was the freedom to feel like somebody cared to hear what I had to say. What happens in that environment when you always shut them down? Will you shut up? I'm tired of hearing you talk. Would you get out of my face? I'm sick of looking at you. Please tell me you ain't my child. I could have had a child that stupid. I couldn't have. Do you have any idea what that can do to the mindset of your child? How negatively it affects them and how it impacts their sense of value. And then therefore, so don't get shocked when the little one that you cussed out didn't have 5 minutes for that your life was so valuable, and so I'm on the phone with my boy. Can't you see that? Get out this room. Don't you realize that as you're knocking them down and pushing aside, that very same person is going to grow up and what they become at 15 and 18 and 30 and 40 is based on what you're doing at 3 and 5 and 7. If you surrender your first 18 years to make them a blessing, you got 50 years of blessing, but you messed up them first 18.
That's right.
You got a lifetime. Mama, I ain't got it together. Mama, I need some help. Mama, what's wrong with me? And your child know you.
That's right.
I got to get off this. But your baby started reading you as infants. They couldn't even talk, laying in the crib, bored. What's wrong, baby? They started reading you early. That's why when they get grown, some of y'all got grown kids, got you down. Well, you know I can't get no child, Mama. It's hard. I can't even get. Baby, here's some money, baby. Here's some money. I don't know what's wrong. Mama, I can't get no child. Nobody won't hire me, Mama. I know, baby. Here's some money. My Mama, I ain't got no car. Well, here's my car, baby. And give me the red. At some point, you got to learn to put your foot down.
That's right. That's right.
Grow up. And praise God, I know that the transition years have extended from 18 to 22 up to almost 30. Now, adolescents extended to almost 30 these days. But at some point, you got to sit down with your grown kids and say, baby, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody going to love you like me. You're so special to me. I love you so much. Will never come between me and the love I got for you. And you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. At some point, as your steward stewardship is your child has to be able to transition, but I want you to realize while they're inside the control of your household, you got to do what's best for them, whether they like it or not.
That's right.
And sometimes as a parent, okay, don't y'all ever abuse your kids. And never blame me for abusing your kids. However, they ought to have a little bit of fear.
That's right.
That's it.
That, you know, I love my mama. My mama loved me. I think my mama got some crazy. You don't want to cross my mama. And then you want to say, well, you know, on top of that, because you know, I'm assuming that every man in here is the kind of man you're supposed to be.
Right.
And your kids will say, now, you know, one thing, don't mess with mama, but I tell you what, now I tell you on top of that, don't you ever let my daddy come out at you. If daddy look cross, that voice get up, he stand up, you better sit down and be quiet. Because your stewardship is to guide and direct somebody. And your kids ain't always going to like you, in case you wonder. For some parents, you put too much energy in your friendship and not your parentalship. Your children do not need a parent for a friend. I love all my kids. But I told them, but not cross me.
That's right.
I love you. I am not your friend.
That's right.
And make one like you. But the point is, as a steward, it's my job to bless you. And that might mean when you're making choices and decisions that I know are not right or healthy for you, it's going to hurt your feelings. Baby, get ready for your feelings to get hurt. I don't even care if you don't like me.
Right.
I'm not here to be like, I'm here to develop you and grow you. And when you think you know better than me. My dad told me something that hurt my feelings. I was a teenager. He said, son, I was kind of, you know, I to get smelling yourself, you know.
Yep.
That's the term for kids who think they're bigger than what they are.
That's right.
He said, son, one day I'm going to take you in the backyard. And the boy is going to be beating you. He said, when it's over, he said, if you win, you get out my house. He said, and if I win, you go in the hospital. So either I got to get out on my own, I'll go to the hospital. It's a win-win for him.
That's right.
I don't think he ever got that mad at me again. I made sure of that. But my point is that as a steward, you're responsible for the children in your household, for the relationships inside your life. You're responsible for the finance you have access to. You're responsible for how you handle everything that you have access to, because God expects you to handle it like it all belongs to Him. And you understand, He's just letting you use His stuff. So how is your education blessing God? How is your job blessing God? How are your children blessing God? But you know, sometimes Sundays my kids say they don't want to go to church, you know. And I mean, you know, well, baby, you sure you don't want to go? No, I don't want to go. And well, I got to go to church. Well, I don't know. I mean, you don't want to go. I mean, you know, if you don't want to go, I don't want you to go if you don't want to go. Tell me you don't want to go to school.
That's right.
I don't want to go to school. You don't want what? I'm going to stay home and watch TV today. You're going to stay outside where you going to stay. You wouldn't accept that in education.
Right.
How you going to accept it with God? I ain't going to learn nothing, baby. It ain't my job to make you learn. It's my job to make you be here. If you don't get it, that's on your back. I'm going to make you go to school. If I ain't learning nothing, baby, then you know, bless you. You got to be in class. Sit there if you got to sit there and be dumb, but you will be there. It won't be because I didn't make you go. All I'm advocating is as a steward, every area of your life is an examination. God expects you to take responsibility, but you're a steward. You're a steward. You're entrusted with not only, you're not just entrusted with all the things you have access to, you've been entrusted with even more.